Not properly, perhaps. Welcome, it is noon. My name is Mark. When I started my own company in 2000, my own open spatial, open source service provider, busily looking for a business model, it was all about what I would call traditional mapping. It was all about, where is my house, and where is my well, and where is my whatever. And it was all about, you import a file, you slice and dice a bit, and you edit maybe a bit. You try to publish it via whatever visualization tool was available at the time. And that was it, and everybody was happy. And once every week, month, a municipality would update their files, and you would load it up and slice and dice it and edit again. And that was called data management. Now, fast forward 17 years, and we are finding ourselves in what we call the era of big geospatial data. And I'm not talking millions, I'm talking trillions and more. Because if, with all the sensors, satellites, and social network information that becomes available on a daily basis, and if you still believe that there's the 80-20 Pareto rule, that 80% of all data has a geospatial component, then I really feel that there is an agenda for us in this room and beyond to sort of have a look in what does that mean for us in terms of the tooling that we use. Imagine you having a wearable, counting your steps in order to sort of lose weight. You have your car, and preferably it is a connected car. It's not about mapping. As far as I'm concerned, GIS 2.0, 3.0, whatever you want to call it, it's about spatial awareness in general. And the geospatial component is just part of the features, one of the many features that is sold in an end product. It's not about the map anymore. It's about the end product and the spatial awareness that that end product has. So we all know Intel inside. What is it? Coca-Cola has saccharine inside. That's a sort of ingredient branding. Personally, I think it's a spatial inside from now on. And not that you're going to be out of a job anytime soon, but if you want to sort of reach your pensionable age, well, please take note. Spatial inside, well, what does it relate to? Internet of Things. Everything becomes a sensor. You become a sensor. My watch becomes a sensor. And it all sort of interacts with one another. Imagine the huge amounts of data that is being transferred, handled, has to be interpreted, has to be processed. We all drive our connected cars and maybe our autonomous cars eventually. We are going to live in smart cities where we interact with the lamppost almost, which is sort of good, because if you're drunk you don't run into it anymore. Your wearable goes off and says, sorry, you're about to bump into a lamppost, and you sort of make a little detour. Earth observation. Well, can you imagine the amount of satellites at the moment circling Earth? It's so busy up there that if we want to shoot a rocket into space, we have to find that little window of opportunity out there. Reversed, all the satellites have, well, they reap so much data about our environment that it is not possible to process that with the old tooling. Okay, GeoServer on steroids can really do a lot, but also there is a finite point to it. I had to sort of look up what the V's were in big data. Well, if you see what it, if you could sort of think about what that entails for the geospatial agenda, then there is an emphasis on what I would call velocity and the visualization and the variability in particular. Volume, 80-20, okay, we're still talking about trillions more than the present 100, 200, 500 million. And when we talk about velocity, well, guys, it's really about now. We want to have the data and the interpretation almost instantly. Variety, hey, that's where we come in. If almost all data has a location, then that is true, that's valid. All other information related to that object can be untrue, but there's at least one thing true, unless we have a sort of different type of Earth in the near future. How much variety does this geospatial data sea or ocean entail? Well, at the end of the day, it has a place, but it has also a time tag. Something is measured at a given time. I'll come back to that later as well. Well, visualization, I think you guys are much more aware of what is possible than I will ever be. And, well, the value of it all is once you have the place of and the relative position of all those things, people, then you get relational insights from which you can deduct quite a lot of, how do you call it, value, business value, academic value, personal value. That was it. Thank you.